everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather and I am an at-home cook who likes to adventure in all the things in my kitchen. This week's road trip recipe takes us all the way to the great state of Louisiana. I guess in Louisiana, while we were there, we didn't get to have this recipe, but as luck would have it, a friend of mine requested this recipe. She just had a baby, I was making her a meal, yada, yada, yada. So it actually comes from Louisiana. So I thought, you know what? I didn't have it while I was in Louisiana, but apparently this is a Louisiana staple. So I thought I would do it for you, and so here you go. Now, let me just give you a little caveat. When I recorded this video just a couple days ago, one of my cameras went on the fritz, as sometimes technology does, whatever. And so I did not have an intro for that, so I'm doing this intro right here. But we did an up-close camera, and the recipe turned out great, and then I was able to do the recipe really up close when I was tasting, but it was very different than normal. So without further ado, we are gonna do red beans and rice with collard greens. This is a Louisiana staple, and I'm excited to try it, and I'm excited for you to see it. You ready? Let's go. All right, so I've done the mise en place for you. We have onion, green bell pepper, celery, garlic, bay leaves, cooked red beans, and some of the cooking liquid, black pepper, fresh thyme, salt, and don't forget those collard greens. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is get a stock pot, a really heavy one, and we are gonna add to it some olive oil. And once that olive oil starts to shimmer because it's nice and hot, we are going to add our onions, our green pepper, and our celery. We are gonna go ahead and give that a good stir and start that cooking down. We just wanna cook it for about 5 minutes or until that onion starts to take on some color and everything starts to get really soft and delicious looking. And it doesn't take that long, 5 minutes max. Just stir as you go and see, you know, just keep an eye on it. But as soon as you see it start to look like this, oh yeah, that's when you know that it is time to go ahead and add your garlic. And we are only going to stir in the garlic for about 1 minute, no longer, because we don't want to burn the garlic, but we want to kind of toast it up and get it from that raw state that it's in right now. Now we're gonna add salt, pepper, and thyme, and then we're gonna add our bay leaves and our red kidney beans along with the reserved liquid from the can. Not all of the liquid, just about 2 to 4 tablespoons. Now we're gonna give that a good stir, and we are then going to add some water to this pot. Now, the recipe does not say how much water we're supposed to add, so I'm gonna eyeball it. It does say that we need to add enough so that it looks like a stew. So I started with about half of a cup of water and then kind of stirred it up a little bit. And then I was like, well, this doesn't look very stew-like yet. And then I added another cup of water or so. And as soon as I thought, okay, that looks like a stew, then I stopped there. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this to a simmer, and it says to simmer for 10 minutes. Now, while it's simmering, they actually want you to steam the collard greens. So I came up with this wise idea to go ahead and put my silicone steamer basket over the top of this pot, put in my collard greens, and put the pot lid on it. Time will only tell if that was a smart move or not, but I'm thinking, why not do it all in the same pot and utilize that steam that's coming up from the pot? Because technically, I was supposed to cover it anyway, so there we go. All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Ooh, yes, look at that. Those look almost done. I'll check them. But those look rather good. It looks like this has worked. So if you have a steamer basket that fits over the top of your pot, I would say you should do that. Man, why not? All right, let's go ahead and remove that pot and look at what's going on inside here. Oh yeah, that looks totally amazing. Well, okay, it doesn't quite look amazing yet, but it's about to. So we're gonna take a potato masher and we are going to mash up half of the beans in this pot. We don't want to do the whole thing because we want different textures of beans throughout the pot. So just do the best you can as you mash and just make it look kind of soup and stewy. Yep, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and taste this and adjust my salt. And I think it needs about half another teaspoon of salt. So let's give that a mix and then we'll taste it again. Oh yeah, much better. All right, so I've made the decision to go ahead and steam those collard greens for another 5 minutes over the top of this pot and let this continue to build a flavor profile that's a little bit deeper. And I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, time's come. And I have my brown rice and my collard greens. Look so good. And we're just gonna dump them right in. And let's give it a good stir. This smells so terribly good. This actually smells way better than I thought it would. All right, let's spoon some out and get some on our plate. And here's our brown rice. Look at that. That looks amazing. You know what's really nice about this recipe too is it is a nutrient dense recipe. So those New Orleans people, man, you got it going on. Let's take a look at this. Boom. And there we have it. Okay, so the recipe also says to add hot sauce. I'm not a super fan of Tabasco, but I will add some Tabasco to just a little bit on the side over here, really little, and stir it along. Probably they want you to use Louisiana hot sauce because, hello, Louisiana, but I think that's Crystal. All right, here we go. Whoa, here we go. Ooh, okay. So the development of the flavors in such a short period of time actually isn't bad at all. I was actually kind of worried that it would be kind of a one-tone meal. But that's good. That's really good. Not really a fan of brown rice, but this is actually really good all together in one. So, wow. All right, well, there you have it. Red beans, brown rice, and collard greens. A true New Orleans staple. So, all right, you guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week about adventuring in my kitchen in new ways, and let's see where we go next. In the meantime, I'm gonna go eat my beans and rice. Bye.